Welcome back, viewers, to the Carlton Crunch, the show that brings you closer to the people that make the Carlton League, the toughest league in South Africa, the toughest club league in South Africa. My name is Rufuno Ramiada, but I go by the name of Zufis. Today we speak to one of the most experienced players in this league, very decorated player. Mike.
Yeah, how's it, Zufis?
Good afternoon, buddy. Good afternoon.
It's a pleasure to be here.
I just want you to introduce yourself to the viewers. Who are you? Who's Mike? What got you here?
I'm Michael Matjila. Been playing club rugby, essentially Carlton rugby from 2010. Don't know if I'm the most decorated, but certainly I've been playing Carlton for a while, all around the show. Played at Eastern Eagle. Well, I started off at UT. Played there. There was a varsity cup and varsity race. So I was in that group back in 2010, 2011. Then after that, I think I went and played 1 year for the under 21s, and then left UT. Went to, there was a new club at that time called Eastern Eagles.
Yes.
So I played there. Played for the second team and then for the first team. That's why I met or played my first coach was Coach Ludwig.
Yes.
So I've known him forever. And after that, played first team with Coach Yaku, late Coach Yaku, that was at Pretoria.
Yes.
And after that, came to Quins. Then I was a UDAS and went to Tuks for 2 years, and then came back to Quins. So that's a little bit about me.
Yeah, well, you've explained where you've been throughout your rugby. Outside rugby, I mean, what do you do? I mean, we are obviously not professional rugby players. We play for the love of it. Outside it, what are you doing with your life?
I'm a payroll consultant. So started with the payroll thing in 2017 at Sage. And I've been doing it since. Now at a different company, a business partner of Sage, but still doing Sage. So your payroll, if you get paid at the end of the month, there's a lot of things that happen in the background.
Yeah.
So I help Tani Mari there to make sure that everybody gets paid on time and gets paid correctly.
Okay, no.
Yeah.
Mike, I mean, obviously you've been now playing a lot of clubs and so on, and I mean, we play for the honor of the jersey and the honor of the badge. And I just wanted to get your sight. What do you feel? What gives you the drive when you put on a Queen's jersey? Because now you're part of the setup of Queen's Black, which is the first team. You know, what fires you? What does that jersey mean to you?
I think it's such a privilege and honor to be, especially for a club like Harlequins with such history. We were at a camp, you can call it, a week or so ago, where when Ben explained the history of Harlequins, and it's such a rich history. I don't think there's a lot of clubs. Obviously, all the other clubs, you know, with all due respect, have their own history and whatever. But the history of Harlequins and the brand and the international affiliation that we have, it's amazing. And how this club came to start when I was younger, and we loved rugby since baby. So when I was younger, I had a friend. We used to play for the primary school, and then after the primary school, we would play club rugby.
Yes.
And we went and we played for Naka.
Yes.
Very cold fields. Your feet were off, but when you played against Harlequins, it was different, even back then.
Yes.
And again, no disrespect to Naka, but even back then, it felt like another world when you play against Harlequins.
Yes.
And I think it's just either you're gonna love it or you're gonna hate it. But for me, what Harlequins means is it's a rich history. It's a place where you do want to play at the highest level, and it's a club that obviously there's a Harlequins in England, so you kind of feel a little bit affiliated to them as well. There's a little bit more to it. But it's a massive honor to be in the setup again this year.
Oh, no, that's great, man. Congratulations on that. I mean, Mike, you guys played your game this weekend.
Yeah.
Very, tough game.
Yeah.
What is your feeling getting into it? I mean, you're playing your rivals, and it's obviously a rivalry in Pretoria for the club.
Yeah.
You play Centurion, comes to the party? What is the feeling getting into the game before, obviously, the actual game? How does you all feel about it?
Look, there's a lot of chat with what happened at Centurion, and there's a few key players that moved, as these things happen. But we knew that you can never, ever write Centurion off. It is going to be a hard game, and in fact, they're coming here with all of that noise as well. So they want to prove a point, and they kind of like, I think kind of like, it's our first year, new coach, new systems in place, so they had that leeway. But we knew that you can never write them off. They are a club that has shown as underdogs and goes and wins the Carlton. So we knew it was going to be a hard game.
Yeah.
Always knew that, yeah.
Definitely a hard one. I mean, you guys played till you scored the last try, the last second, and unfortunately you guys lost by a point.
By a point, yeah.
So how's the feeling? It was your first league game. You lose by a point, tight game. Against Centurion. What's the feel? I mean, where you are right now as the club, where are you guys going? What do you think the league, how it stands? How's the feel in the cloaks room? The team. Where do you guys, I mean, it's just a narrow lose. I mean, are you guys still positive?
Absolutely. Obviously, not happy about the loss. Will never be, there's no easy loss ever. But what I can guarantee is every week we'll be better.
Yes, 100%.
We'll be better every week. We were gutted after the game. It's not a nice feeling, especially with 1 point. And we know what we did wrong. It wasn't a matter of being outplayed or anything of that nature. It's a matter of small mistakes, and those things we can fix. So it's fixable things, but we will be better every week, and we'll show it. Not going to be here and say a lot about, but yeah.
I hear you, man. Yes. Now this week, the big one.
The big one,
This could just say now, this is the biggest rivalry in Pretoria's Carlton League. It's you guys against Naga. It does not get better than that. What's motivating you? What's taking you to Saturday?
Well, it's Naga. I mean, it is. They've proven to be the best club in the country. So what better outcome would it be to beat the best club in the country? So that's our motivation, obviously, is to be the best that we can be and go put up a show and show that we can give it to the best club in the country.
They've quite been dominating, but I think you guys still, you have it. You've had a couple of years. You beat them a few times. Now, with all that said, now, Mike, you've played a bit of other leagues. I mean, what separates, for you personally, Carlton from other, competitions and other leagues? What defines Carlton and makes it stand out for you?
It's an evolving league, so I think back then, like I mentioned in 2010s and whatever, there were other teams in the league. Like there was a year where Silver Falcon, believe it or not, was massive. I think I played in a semi-final in the Carlton. We've had teams like that. We've had Eastern Eagles that played a final against Tucks. Also, I can't remember the exact year. And we've had teams like Police that were colossal, that's now out of the Carlton. But we've seen the Carlton evolve, and we've got Willem Strauss now that and you can see he's been ploughing into the Carlton League, and you can see it every year, the quality of rugby. It was always just the hardest league, now it's the best league. And I don't think anyone can argue with that. And it's not a dig, obviously, towards the other leagues. It's just so much work that I think has been put in on that side, and that's filtering down now. It's no longer like completely amateur when you play here. So it's a more of a semi-professional kind of a setup where you have to go to the gym. We're very fortunate to have Onyani Boots that comes and does our strength and conditioning. So it's no longer just running strict dassies up and down, whatever. It's proper strength and conditioning, and I think that's what puts it a step above the other leagues. Perhaps is the fact that there's so much buy-in from the union, and that the clubs want to compete, and every team is beatable in this league. 100%. That also makes it very competitive. It's just more difficult to beat certain teams because they're their platform and their structures are phenomenal, but every team is beatable, and we've seen it. You know, Harlequins in the last 2 years have beaten Mark, have beaten Northern.
Yeah.
So, and that's what makes it so amazing.
So so competitive.
Yeah.
Mike, I mean, you've been playing for years and years and years, and you're still keeping on.
Yeah.
What gives you that fire? I mean, you know, where does that fire come for you to wake up? I mean, not wake up, come back from work and come to training. What keeps that drive for you to still be competitive?
I think it's the love of the game, there was a dip, you know, with this whole payroll thing. There was a time where we worked 16, 17 hours a day. So the rugby also subsequently had a massive dip because there was just no time to come to practice or whatever.
Yes.
But as time went on and you found your feet and things went back to normal, I also told myself that I can't stop. Me personally, I can't just stop playing, you know, fourth team or third team. I need to at least come back fit and see, at least to bow out of myself, just to leave it at least at the highest level in this club. And that's the thing now. The season is still very long. There's a lot of competition in this club, you know, so nothing is guaranteed, but we'll give our best, push hard and see, you know, there's a Gold Cup as well. Coming up as well. So there's a lot of, you know, little keys hanging in front of your nose that you want to compete. You want to compete in the Carlton, the toughest, you know, club rugby in the country. You want to play Gold Cup and now go and compare yourself against other clubs. And we played Gold Cup, I think 3 years ago. And we lost against the Crusaders. And it just
German Crusaders.
No, I think they're from George.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Also, we had a massive comeback and whatever, but it just goes to show again, just because this is the hardest league in the country doesn't mean automatically, you know, clubs from elsewhere can't come and cause upsets. So yeah. What is your question again?
My question was, what motivates you? What keeps you coming back every day and still playing this league? That's the long.
In short is to compete still in this league and to, you know, measure yourself against the best, because you're going to play against guys here that are this far from going and playing Currie Cup. Youngsters, you know, that are still going and the Gold Cup, you know, that's like, and you know, if you work, you need something, you need a release. I'm not going to go to the gym and on my own, but I'll come here and leave it all on the field.
That makes sense. I mean, you just mentioned a bit that there's youngsters that are coming through, and so on. I mean, I've been saying it for so long. You're part of the furniture in this league. What would you then now give advice to a youngster? They just got out of high school, they come into the Carlton, and what would you then tell them? To under 19, you just welcome to the Carlton League. What advice would you give them to keep their head here and to be as successful as you have been in the league?
As an under 19, there's no better time to be under 19 now. In this country or in Gauteng or in the Carlton. I think there's actually opportunity now if you're under 19 player and you work hard, where the bigger unions not bite, they will see you and you can get an opportunity to go and play professional. Why it's a more realistic thing now than it might have been maybe 10 years ago. And I think that would be my motivation for youngsters, is just to come, do your best, be, you know, diligent, you know, decide, are you doing this for the social aspect, or do you actually really want to play rugby? And play rugby and go for it, and definitely you can get an opportunity through the Carlton.
That's great. Great advice. I mean, when we started 10 years ago, we didn't have such opportunities that these young kids have.
Exactly.
Now, thinking about it, you've been, who would you now pick the toughest Carlton player ever went to scrum against or give the hardest tackle? Who do you think now has given you your hardest time, your toughest player you can just name now?
Well, when I was at the Eagles, we played against Tuks. You now that the Tuks team of that year, or those years, 20, 14 or about, has produced a lot of guys that are Springboks now.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna name any of them because that's obvious.
Yeah.
But the hardest person that scrumming is not an issue for me ever. But the person that scrummed me like this was Bertie Powell. I'll never forget it. He is, if you look at him, he's also not someone that's going to the gym, but there's a specimen. He was absolutely strong. Good scrum.
Okay. Now, who do you think right now is the hottest player?
The hottest player right now, I'll be biased. It's going to be a Harlequins player. And I think it's very low key underrated. But I think that guy, there's such value that he brings to the team, and he can change again. And we saw it the weekend again. And it's Sima for me.
Oh, what a machine!
He's phenomenal, and he just got better and better. He left for a while, came back, and I was like, is this still the same Sima? I think he's even better now. More mature. He's phenomenal at the back there.
No, I agree. Plus, he's now playing from the back. He had a good show. He had a good show. I know. Finally, the last question I would like to ask you now is what do you think the fans of the Carlton League need to realize about the league? In terms of like what, if we were to say now we need a fan, if they're coming to watch a Carlton, what are they coming to watch? What must they expect from you guys as players or your teams?
It's no longer it's no longer just a thing of you're just going to watch some rugby on the weekend. It's a lot of sacrifice. I must realize that we miss birthdays, maybe not weddings. Our coaches would love us to miss weddings, but we miss birthdays, we miss anniversaries and whatever to play the game. So when we do play, it's not just us playing for fun. It's we've sacrificed a lot. So when we go out there, we just want to give it all.
Okay, cool.
Kind of a thing,
No, that's not a problem. So now, what must we expect as fans? I don't play rugby anymore. So when we come here, what must we expect from your team? Not your team, Harlequins. What's Harlequins bringing to the party this year?
We'll be better every week. We'll be better every week. You can go and watch our games over the weekend. And if you can expect us to be the same next week, you'll be making a massive mistake. We'll be better every week. And I think there's a few teams that we will surprise.
Mike,
absolutely.
Thank you very much for your time, man, and all the best.
Thank you, man.
The greatest season, and you guys take it to the top.
We will.
All the best.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks.
This is the Carlton Crunch. Guys, please like and subscribe to our page. And there's more to. We're going to bring every week. We're going to bring more players. Thank you.